Lumene Falls, the sanctuary of spiritual cleansing, where the current carries more than water. Here, beneath the thunder of falling silver, time loosens its grip. And the river, ancient and unyielding, decides what is worth returning to the world. Hidden in Zimbabwe's Matabeleland South Province, Lumene Falls is a breathtaking natural wonder, where crystal clear spring water cascades through rugged mountain landscapes and ancient rock formations. Flowing year-round from underground springs, the falls create pristine pools that have long been valued for recreation, renewal, and traditional cleansing rituals. Surrounded by unspoiled wilderness, Lumene Falls offers visitors a rare blend of scenic beauty, cultural significance, and the refreshing purity of a mountain river sanctuary. At the river's edge, the herbalists kneel, sage smoldering, gin and wine sprayed into the cold breath of the mountain stream. Their offerings and chants drift between worlds, a quiet summons to those who came before. When the water answers, it does not cleanse gently. It remembers, and it takes what it must. In African traditions, ritual cleansing is more than a ceremony. It is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual world. For centuries, communities across the continent have practiced cleansing rituals to remove negative energy, restore harmony, and reconnect individuals with their ancestors, nature, and inner peace. It is seen as a way to restore balance and protect both the individual and the community from harmful forces. But beyond the mystery and symbolism lies a universal message: the human desire for renewal. Across cultures and across time, people have always searched for ways to let go of pain, release fear, and begin again. Today, many African spiritual practices continue to inspire curiosity around the world. While some traditions remain sacred and private, others are being rediscovered by younger generations seeking identity, healing, and connection to their roots.
African traditional spirituality has somehow been lost. Certain aspects of it, some people no longer understand them. And there are certain parts of it that are a bit lost, like the use of trees, the use of elements. People don't understand the use of herbs. We are starting to get people to learn about certain aspects of African culture, bring back the real roots of it, to try and bring it back to its original concept. To say, if one is using this herb, what should it be? What should be done? But then we also have an issue as Africans where we need to get African herbs into the mainstream medical situation, where we have our medicines not being accepted in the mainstream medical world because it's not tested or scientifically proven, so it's said. But yet we Africans, we know that if I take umrumanyama or intolwani, definitely I'll get healed from my stomach problems. It's something that we know. But in the hospital, they are saying it's not scientifically proven. So even when you sell someone herbs, you can't claim to heal anything with them, because the medical world will tell you it's not proven. So our journey now with Sacred Healing Heart is to get African spirituality to an acceptable place where one can go into a hospital and be healed with herbs. One can go to a doctor and be given traditional herbal medicine. It might work out fast, cheaper, and it might be easily available for us as Africans. But African medicine was preventative. You didn't drink it now that because you are sick. You drank it before you got sick, and it prevented you getting sick. So now we are using medication that waits for you to get sick, instead of preventing you from getting sick. So I think if we combine this knowledge, we can prevent and at the same time cure. Because in African herbs, the cure for certain things known. They know that we take this and that and we use it. But in a hospital, they will never prescribe you those things, because according to doctors, it's not proven. So this is the journey that Sacred Healing Heart is taking up. By the time we are finished, our hope is that we'll be in a state like China. China teaches its traditional medicine right up to the highest levels of education. They have hospitals that deal with Chinese traditional medicine. We Africans need to get to that level where we are so free with our herbs that it's easy for me to just walk into a room and ask for herbs. But now we're in a position where someone sees you holding a herb, he automatically assumes witchcraft. But yet you want to heal your stomach ailment, or you want to heal your chest, or you want to heal your ailment. But simply because you were seen holding herbs, automatically assumed witchcraft. Whilst in African spirituality, it's known that there is witchcraft, and witchcraft is not allowed. So our failure to know African has made us not be able to combat the bad things that were within it. Like the witchcraft part, we are not able to deal with it now. Zimbabwe is in a situation where if you accuse someone of being a witch, you are the one who could end up being arrested, because it's defamation of character. There is no way of proving, according to the law, that someone is a witch. So someone could have bewitched and killed millions of people, but because they used witchcraft, you can't accuse them, because the law that we have currently doesn't deal with that.
To traditional medicine experts like Harry and his Gobela Philip, one of the greatest tragedy is not that African traditional medicine lacks value, but that the world has failed to fully listen. Africa contains one of the richest biodiversities on Earth. Thousands of medicinal plants remain understudied. Thousands of healing secrets remain hidden. And when the world speaks of traditional medicine, Africa is rarely mentioned. Instead, the global spotlight shines brightly on Chinese herbal medicine, on Ayurveda from India, and on other traditional healing systems that have become billion-dollar global industries. Yet Africa remains on the margins. One of humanity's oldest healing traditions remains so misunderstood, so under-recognized, and so overlooked. This disparity is largely linked to colonial-era suppression, limited documentation, lack of institutional support, and insufficient scientific research and commercialization. While countries like China and India preserved and formalized their traditional medical systems through universities, research institutions, and government investment, many African healing traditions remained informal and orally transmitted. Today, however, interest in African traditional medicine is growing. Researchers are increasingly studying African medicinal plants for their therapeutic potential, while a new generation of scientists, healers, and cultural advocates work to preserve and validate indigenous African knowledge.
We have knowledge, but we don't have proof of the knowledge. Not that we don't have proof, because I know people drink herbs every day and they get cured. Simply because they are saying we don't have scientific proof. But people drink every day in Dolwan and they get cured from their stomach ailments. And they drink every day mrumanyama, but we're still told our doctors can't prescribe mrumanyama because there is no scientific evidence. When we got there, the objective was to go into the water for cleansing. That is flowing water. Flowing water generally, it means whatever dirt gets introduced there flows away. It doesn't stay there. So when you get into Lumene, the water is flowing. So whatever things are a problem to you, or whatever issues that you're asking for, the impediments to those issues will flow away. Because some of the things that impede us are not physical, they are spiritual. Some of the problems that we have manifest physical, but they are spiritual. So when you go to Lumene and you cleanse, you can cleanse yourself from the bad luck, from the problems that you're having in your life. You can also cleanse yourself of your spiritual self. When you cleanse the spirit, you become clean. You are now able to embark on certain journeys. When you are there, you also realize that we used certain things when we went into the water. We used milk. When we were going there, we kept lighting what is called impepa in African culture, or sage. Even when you go to European culture, sage is burnt to drive away evil or bad spirits that might be around you. So when we burn sage, we'll be asking that, can all the, you don't know what's there. You don't know who's been there, what they have been, and what they have left behind. So can the area be cleaned and it be holy? We used milk because milk is in itself is symbolic to a clean life. Spiritually, is clean as milk. Eh? That's the first food a human eats for months from their mother's belly. They only eat milk. So when we go into the water, washed in milk, it is in a prayer to say, can my way be made as clean and pure as milk? With that milk, can it wash away all the things that dirty my life? Because with milk, any small dirty thing that falls onto the milk, you can see it. any small thing on a white cloth, any small piece of dirt can be clean, can be seen. So with milk, as you cleanse yourself, it leaves you in a situation where if there is a little bit of something, it will be seen, exposed, and washed away. That is the prayer or the significance of going to Lumene and using certain elements. Some, they use a mixture called ubulawu. Ubulawu, uphehlela. When we went there, we saw a tree called umvalasangwa, mtarara in Shona, which is used to sika. When you are mixing traditional herbs, you mix it with that tree.
Mutarara is a type of wild gardenia found in Zimbabwe. Found growing in woodlands and near villages across Zimbabwe, this beautiful wild gardenia has been valued for generations because of its important traditional uses. In many Zimbabwean communities, traditional healers use parts of the tree as herbal medicine. Its strong wood and hardy nature also make it useful in rural life, where its branches are sometimes used for small household purposes and traditional tools. Spiritually, the tree holds special meaning. Some communities believe that umvalasangwan could protect families from evil spirits and negative energy.
Umvalasangwana, also known as Mutarara in Shona, unovara.
It closes things. It is used as a whisk to invoke the ancestors, a whisk that is even used for cooking. But on the issue of traditional courts, it is used to make a mixture of traditional herbs and roots. It is used to raise the ancestors. It opens dreams. It opens the way for good luck. And at the same time, it closes that which is not wanted.
As the name says, Mvalasangwana, meaning this is a door.
It opens or it closes things. It can open in a good way or it can close in a bad way. So it is used in traditional courts as the door.
So it's the gatekeeper in a way.
With those herbs, ubulawu, they are meant to open up the ways of the spirit. So sometimes you can go with ubulawu, go and prepare it there at the fountain, at the waterfall. Eat that mixture there and bathe with it there. It is meant to awaken the spiritual self, open up your dreams, and clear your mind.
Among the Ndebele and Zulu communities, ubulawu is a sacred herbal mixture used for cleansing, healing, protection, and ancestral connection. Made from roots and plants mixed into a foamy drink, it is believed to purify the spirit and enhance dreams. Some blends are mildly psychoactive, causing vivid dreams, heightened awareness, and spiritual experiences that traditional healers view as communication with ancestors and a path to guidance and revelation. In many traditional healing practices, entering the water is far more than a physical act. It is an intentional moment of surrender, a conscious decision to leave behind distractions, burdens, and the weight of everyday life. The river invites stillness, It demands presence. It demands trust that one must find stability while surrounded by movement. In the cold current, nature becomes teacher, witness, and participant. The sensation of the water against the body serves as a reminder of humility. In the river, every person is equal before the forces of nature. The mountains, the flowing water, the air, and the earth, which are not separate from the ceremony, but are part of it. The noise of the outside world fades, replaced by the rhythm of the river itself. It is here, in this simplicity, that many find a deeper appreciation for the connection between healing and nature. The flowing river represents movement and transformation. Just as the water never remains in one place, life itself is constantly changing. Challenges come and go, emotions rise and fall, experiences shape and reshape us. The river becomes a powerful symbol of release, encouraging participants to let go of what no longer serves them and to move forward with renewed purpose. The river's continuous flow reflects an enduring belief found across many healing traditions, that purification is not a destination, but an ongoing process. Just as water continuously cleanses the landscape through which it travels, individuals must continually seek balance, discipline, and self-reflection throughout their lives.
Cleansing in itself is a universal thing. It's not African, but every spiritual culture acknowledges the use of cleansing as a way of cleaning the spirit. Whether you go to Christianity, they do baptism, where you are immersed in water and they believe once you come out, your sins are forgiven, you're clean. The Muslims have got certain ritual baths that they do. Whenever even they enter their temples, they wash their hands, face and feet. You go to the Hindu have a ritual bath that happens once in every 12 years. They go to where the Ganges and the Yangtze meet, and they believe bathing there will give you luck and prosperity for the next coming 12 years. Because the moon, the stars would have aligned for you to bath there. So it's something that every culture has accepted to be correct as a way to cleanse yourself.
Hindus also believe that the Ganges' divine waters purify those who immerse themselves in her. It is even said that a single drop of Ganges water, carried by the wind over a great distance, can cleanse a lifetime of sins. In cities along the river, daily dips are an important ritual among the faithful.
In African culture, before you can heal someone, you have to first stop the problem. You have to first clean them so that they are able to take in the medication that you're going to give them. In health, we understand that there are certain foods or certain things that you eat block certain medications that you might take. If you're taking painkillers, you don't need to take alcohol because the side effects are not okay. So with African healing, before we heal you, we have to cleanse you, to stop the spiritual things that are following you. We have to give you something that cleans your inside, like a laxative, so that we clear all the things that were in your body. Because you might come to me after having taken certain other medication, which if I give you now the medication that I have been shown to be the right medication for you, it might not give the right outcome. So I need to cleanse you with a ritual bath. I need to cleanse you with a certain laxative or a certain herbal mixture that will clean your system, because it's either will clean your blood system depending on what you're suffering from. Because certain diseases do not affect the physical bones, but they affect the blood system. Or we need to clean your respiratory system. Now that cleaning happens with the way or the nature of the person's disease. There are certain people who don't need medication because it's things of bad luck and whatnot. Then there are people that need medication because it's a medical condition, early ejaculation, or they are suffering from a rash or something. So for us to cure that rash, we need to first clean what's inside that's made the system dirty and is making you come out that rash. So once we clean, now you are able to take in herbs to cure you.
For generations, African cleansing herbs such as imbiza have been used to support digestion, natural detoxification, and overall well-being. Made from a blend of roots, bark, and medicinal plants, these traditional remedies are valued for promoting vitality, renewal, and balance while preserving cultural heritage and ancestral healing knowledge. Users often report feelings of increased energy, improved digestion, and a sense of renewal after using such herbal preparations.
So with health issues, it's not about going for a cleansing. It's about administering herbs so that someone gets healed. So sometimes with health issues, we don't need to go to a cleansing. But we might be prescribed what is called imbiza. Or imbiza is a mix of herbs that is meant to clean you and boost your immune system, boost all your systems in your body. That way, then we start the healing process. So sometimes some illnesses, they manifest as health problems, but they are not health problems. Because health also is signified by your spiritualness. Some sicknesses are based on a spiritual thing. They come through because you spiritually are now weak. So someone willing to cast something against you, when they cast something against you, it doesn't manifest sometimes as a spiritual thing. You can have an accident, then you're taken to the hospital. Yes, we need to cure you of the injuries you got from the accident. But what is the real cause of the accident? And then there are certain diseases, like in Ndebele, we call it ingula makwa. Makwa is a lava man. It's a sickness for lava guys. This is sexually transmitted diseases. This is not a spiritual thing. It's you not being careful in your sexual life. So I don't need to take you to a cleansing, but I need you to change your life. You understand? Because if you don't change your life, even if I give you medication to cure you of your STI, you will go back again to the same risky behavior that you're doing. So African medicine sometimes also deals with psychological. It's an aid to help someone psychologically. Like when someone is coming from prison, is not sick, but they say go for a ritual bath because you're coming from a bad space. You're coming from prison, a place where you had been incarcerated. So before you go to other people and start mixing, you need to cleanse yourself so that you are clean, and whatever those issues could have brought to your spiritual self can be.
Lumene Falls, a place spoken of by locals as a sacred waterway. A place where the river's ancient currents are believed to wash away illness, grief, and the burdens people carry deep within. Those who enter its depths seeking renewal are said to emerge changed. Yet, the stories carry a warning. The falls do more than cleanse. They uncover. Beneath the rushing waters, hidden truths are said to surface, revealing realities that not everyone is ready to confront.
Something troubles us. Some of this comes from those we were born with, some from those we live with, and those who wish us well. But we say it is done and cannot be undone.
In many cultures, ancestors are revered as guardians of knowledge, providing guidance through life's challenges. It is often considered that the ties that bind us to our ancestors shape our identities. Making offerings is a heartfelt way to acknowledge their presence and seek their blessings. Within many African traditional belief systems, offerings are not viewed as acts of worship directed toward the physical items themselves, but as symbolic gestures of respect, gratitude, and communication with the ancestral realm. The invocation of ancestors reflects the belief that those who have passed on remain active members of the community in a spiritual sense. Snuff, or finely ground tobacco, is commonly used because it is regarded as a medium through which prayers and intentions are conveyed to the ancestors. These are not prayers of worship, but a means to express profound gratitude, honor the family lineage, and maintain a spiritual connection to one's past and roots. Traditional beer likewise holds ceremonial importance, representing hospitality, unity, and the sharing of blessings between the living and the departed. Portions may be poured onto the ground as a libation, acknowledging the ancestors and inviting their presence. The ceremony at Lumene Shrine concludes the river cleansing ritual and the transition back to everyday life. From an African traditional perspective, such practices are more than ceremonial observances. They are expressions of cultural memory, identity, and continuity. As the participants prepare to return to their daily responsibilities, the occasion prompts a reflection on the gradual erosion of many indigenous African traditions through social change, urbanization, and the loss of intergenerational knowledge. Rituals such as these serve as important reminders of cultural practices that once formed an integral part of community life and spiritual understanding, highlighting the importance of preserving ancestral wisdom for future generations.
Incense is a revered thing. There were certain incenses that even Israelites were not allowed to have in their house. It was something which was supposed to be burnt early in the morning and sunset. If you go to Revelations, they see an angel and he's told to bring more incense to the altar so that the smoke rises with the prayers of the saints. So this is the smoke. To us Africans, the smoke of this incense rises with our prayers.
Who's that coming down the lane? It's me with a pocket of songs. What do you bring to the yard? A little fire to carry us on. For the night was long.